how much do I actually make from my container site? Well, that was the newsletter that I wrote about this morning. And to say I've had a crazy response is true. I've had the best response I've ever had from a newsletter. And so I was going to record something different today, but you know what? I'm hopping on here today and I'm going to tell you how much I earn from my container site, my Beverley site, my one and only outdoor site. How much do I make? And I think you'll be a little bit shocked. A lot of people look down on container sites. We've got less mess storage, I think, are doing these marketing where they're saying one picture they've got a container, sofa, for example, and they've got half of it in a container and half of it indoor storage. And by the way, the marketing is genius, absolutely genius. Take my house to them. I know that container sites are getting pissed off with the marketing. I don't have a problem with it. Why? Because why wouldn't you accentuate, is that a right word? Accentuate what you've got. Because if you do put your stuff in a container that doesn't have the vents, doesn't have the insulation, then they are the results you're going to get. However, there is some decent container sites out there. There's some amazing container sites, outdoor sites that are completely different. If you log on to beverley24.co.uk, you will see our site. In 2012, we won the outdoor site of the year. In 2023, we came runners-up. I think in 2021, we was also runners-up. Our units, 20-foot containers, we've got 20-foot containers and we've got purpose-built units that are insulated, ply-lined, lights inside. They are beautiful. Nobody's stuff will get damaged at all in one of our facilities, in one of our outdoor units. And so I get it, why Less Mess are doing them sort of marketing. It looks good. It certainly grabs the eye, certainly grabs your attention. And do you know what? I applaud it. I really applaud it because it's, I don't know, it's just making people think. But however, I'm here to say that, yes, some containers do that, but not all containers do that. Not the decent containers, not the ones that, what is it, iOS approved? I don't know, whatever it is. And so they are, like in every industry, there's some good facilities outdoor and there's some shockers. There's some good indoor facilities and there's some shockers. So today, what I'm going to talk about is how much can be made from an outdoor site. And to prove to you guys, it doesn't have to be a big site. Right, let's take a look. Beverley, this is an example. Beverley, 7,415 square foot of lettable space is available. I know, it's a very, 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 very small site. We've got 6,685 square foot lettable. So we are currently 6,685 square foot let. I put lettable here. Is let it's supposed to be. So yeah, 7,415 square foot is available, and we've got 6,685 square foot taken. That is let at the minute. So we are currently 95% occupancy. Now, I know what you're thinking. There is no way on God's green earth where you can make a good amount of revenue, a good amount of profit with less than 7,000 square foot occupied. I can. I do. And I'm going to prove it to you. Here we go. We are currently taking £16,709 at the minute per month. And so if we multiply that by 12, so if we multiply that by 12, we are taking over £200,000. That's mental. That's £29.91 per square foot. That is amazing for an outdoor site. Nearly £30 per square foot. That includes insurance, by the way. I don't understand why people don't accumulate a total. So everybody talks about price per square foot, but they don't add insurance in. Insurance part of your revenue. Why wouldn't you enclose it? Enclose it? Why wouldn't you include it? I've been talking to Gavin Shields about this because Stora used to include your insurance, and then they changed not to. And then so I said, Gavin, this before Christmas, I don't know what's being done now. But I said, can you change it back for me? Because I like to know the price per square foot we are actually getting rather than the price per square foot. Plus, you need to put insurance on. So including insurance, we're getting nearly £30 per square foot, which is incredible. I'm over the moon. And by the way, when I wrote this email, I was thinking, oh God, I hope people don't think that I'm talking about money and boasting and stuff. It's nothing to do with that. I'm saying do not overlook container sites. Container sites can be absolutely amazing. And so please, please, please do not overlook container sites because you can make some good money. There is certainly some pros, but there's some cons as well. I'm going to go, because of the message we've got and the questions, I'm going to go and do a podcast tomorrow surrounding the cons, and one major con and how we can avoid it, and that's tomorrow's podcast. Right, so let's have a look at the expenses. So we know the revenue. We're taking £200 per annum. And yes, we are 90% full. However, because of our revenue management, I expect we'll take over £200,000 in 2024. So at the minute, the MRR, monthly recurring revenue, states that we're going to take in £200,000 per annum. The expenses, the rent is £18,000. The rates are £6,000. The electric, insurance, miscellaneous, etc. is £10,000 maximum. Let's say £10,000 to make sure we cover up everything. So that means our expenses are £34,000. So the profit is £166,000 a year. That is mental. And to work it out per square foot, the profit per square foot, the net profit per square foot is £24.83. Net profit per square foot occupied. Crazy. And I put here, please note, but I haven't allowed anything for wages as it's a manless site and only takes around 2 hours per week to run. I'm not stating that if you open a site, you were going to hit these numbers. Of course you're not. This site has been open for over 11 years now. Over 11 years we've been opened. And so obviously it takes time. This week, we haven't had a quote yet, and it's Wednesday. We haven't had one quote. Last week, we only had 5. That's Tuesday, sorry, it's Tuesday. We had 5 quotes all week. So with the amount of quotes, it is going to take some time to get full to be a mature site. So it does take time to hit these sort of numbers. But obviously, as it becomes mature, as time goes on, you will gain long-term customers. And once you do gain long-term customers, there's not many move-ins, there's not many move-outs. It's very simple to run. So we're in a very good position right now. Because why? Because we built the foundation. We've planted the seed, that one seed, and it's turning into an oak tree and it's producing its own oaks. And you don't have to do much to it. So we are very, very lucky. I've been on the phone with my friend just now, and he said he's in business as well. And he said, Dean, you keep sick. He was like on about Mansfield, how good it's doing. And I was like, yeah, we are a bit lucky because of this. And he goes, Dean, will you stop saying you're lucky? You're not lucky. And he hates it because he don't believe. He makes it unlucky. I've been my own luck. And so, yeah, we haven't been lucky. It's just that we've harvested this site for 10, 11 years. And now we're definitely getting the results. We're definitely getting the whatever. All right. I put here, a lot of people look down on outdoor sites, and I urge you to think again. There is a lot of money to be made from a good outdoor site. The next few sites that we do are probably going to be outdoor sites. There might be an acquisition here or there, but predominantly we are looking for outdoor sites. There's a site in Scotland that we're looking at. However, it's a very competitive area. There's a site not too far away from me that we're looking at as well. All outdoor sites. And the reason I'm looking at outdoor sites is because of the setup cost, the overheads, the cash flow. It doesn't take a lot of money to set up an outdoor site. And so it'd be just nice, like Mansfield is going to take 7 figures to set up. And I don't want to be spending 7 figures all the time. It is a lot. I've got charge over my sodding house. I've got personal guarantees coming up my eyeballs. I've got nearly £2 million worth of debt. It is a lot of pressure. So it'd be just nice to cash flow almost immediately from an outdoor site and have the next few like Beverley. Can you imagine having 5 sites like Beverley, 150 grand? I mean, you're talking 750 grand worth of net profit for 5 sites. That's incredible. If you had 10 sites, it's £1.5 million worth of net profit. Don't get me wrong. I think Beverley is an outlier. I want to make that 100% clear. I think Beverley is an outlier, and I don't think that most container sites will have the same net result as Beverley for the square footage, etc. I think it's an outlier, but it's certainly not to be overlooked. I keep telling my sisters, get into storage. I will help you. Containerized storage, get into it. Outdoor storage. If you get into it, then I'll help you. I'll do this. I'll do the marketing. And I don't think they're interested. But please, don't overlook outdoor storage. Do not. Everybody looks down on it. The people with indoor storage look down on outdoor storage. Why? Because they're scared. They're worried. Of course, yeah. Because it's cheaper. I can afford to be cheaper at Beverley than I can at Willoughby. Why? Because I don't have the overheads, the rent, the rates, etc., the expenses. And so with Beverley, I can ask for a less amount, but I can't do it at Willoughby because I've got this massive big building, 200 grand rent. I can't do it. I've got expenses. I've got people there. I've got electric. I've got so many running costs that I just can't justify having a small rate per square foot. And so people, the indoor sites are completely against the outdoor sites. Of course, they're going to talk bad about the outdoor sites. Why? Because it serves them. Why wouldn't they? Of course they would. They've got an obligation to their company. They should be doing that. But for the rest of us, I don't necessarily think we should all be looking down at outdoor sites, because they have a place in the market. Without doubt, they have a place in the market. And we've proven that they can be very, very, very profitable as well. Tomorrow, I put in a newsletter. Don't forget to sign up to MrSelfStorage.com. You get these newsletters about 6:45 every single day, sometimes a bit later. I'm going to highlight the biggest con to an outdoor site and what I do to protect myself. Because there is ways of protecting yourself, but there is one massive con that I and everybody else should be aware of when opening a self-storage site. So I'm going to record that right now, and it will be published on Wednesday. All right, my friends, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.